morning, students. Myself Ganesh here. I am working in Computer Science Department of Cambridge Institute of Technology. Today's class will be about User Interface Design, Module 5, Screen-Based Controls. Last class, we have seen about the different types of controls. That is, operable controls we have seen, selection controls we have seen, and presentation controls we have seen. And different kinds of test and retest prototypes is also seen. Now, in today's class, we will be discussing about the test and their evaluation process. Now, what is a test? Before moving on to the kinds of test, first we'll see what is a test. A test is a tool that is used to measure the following things. So what are all the things which will be measured while doing a text? It is conformance with the requirement, with the guidelines or good design. So whether it is going according to the guidelines, whether it is going according to the user requirement or not. It is a tool which identifies the problems of the design, which helps the user for easy system learning. And it is a tool for speed of task completion. What is the speed required? What is the speed of fulfillment? It also tells you the error rates, the error ratio, the user satisfaction rates also will be known by testing the software or the design what you are doing. What you have done, right? Now, testing, right? We have seen so many testings, right? So many ways of testing are there. So we are not worried about the ways of testing. First, we will see the review guidelines. So now, a review of the interface in terms of organizing standards and design guidelines or review. So for everything, we have to do a reviewing there, do guidelines reviewing, right? Where it should be performed by the developers only. So advantage is that it can be, the guideline reviewing can be done by the developer, right? And then pass it to the user interface or the user side. It is of low cost. It can be identified as general and recurring problems, right? Now, a reviewing part is very important, right? When we talk about reviewing in anywhere, any place, reviewing is must. And it tells you the problems which the user are going to face, right? So what is that the screen design are used for? What are the problems the user will face? Everything we can have a review. Disadvantages are it may miss severe conceptual, navigational and operational problems. So when you're discussing about the screen and layout problems, these are the problems which we may miss. So that is what the disadvantages are. Heuristic evaluation. So it is a detailed evaluation of system. So heuristic means it identifies, or it is a process which identifies usability problems. So now we are going to evaluate the usability problems. That evaluation is called as heuristic evaluation. I'll repeat the definition of heuristic evaluation. Heuristic means it is a process of testing the usability problem. So evaluation done to identify the usability problems is called as heuristic evaluation. Advantages are it is easy to do, it doesn't take much time, it identifies more problem, and a very important one is it is of low cost. Disadvantages is, and one disadvantage will be there because without the knowledge of the field in which the user is working, the evaluator doesn't have the knowledge, it will become a problem. If he doesn't understand the requirements or doesn't understand what is he doing, what work is he doing, it is also difficult. So evaluator must possess the expertise and the understanding of that particular work, what is he doing. It is difficult to identify system-wide structural problems. It is difficult to identify the system-wide problems. Only usability problems you are seeing. For the system-wide structural problems, you are not identifying them. It is difficult to uncover missing an interface element. Missing exits, interface elements, all those things we are not checking. Because it is done only the usability problems are identified, not all the problems. Next point, see, it is little confusing. Difficult to identify the most important problems among all the problems uncovered. See now, by testing the software, we will find out there are 10 usability problems. By this software, we can come to know 10 are there. but this software will not tell you which is more important or which the developer should identify or which should focus more on. That factor is not given here. So it is difficult to identify most important problem among the problems which is considered or which is identified. Then it does not provide any systematic way to generate solutions. So this method will only identify the solution. How to generate, identify the problem. Sorry, it only gives you a way to identify the problem. But how do you solve it? There is no solution provided by heuristic evaluation. So how is this process going on? Heuristic evaluation process. So what is happening here? How do we go there? The first one is we select the evaluator, the tool. Then we prepare a project overview. We prepare a checklist of all the usability cases. That is what preparation part. First is select the tool, then prepare the project overview and prepare a checklist of all the usability problems or usability cases, that is heuristics. Then provide briefing to evaluators too. So you have to brief the evaluators as what to do. They have to review the purpose of evaluation session, review the evaluation process, present the project overview and heuristics, answer any elaborated questions, and provide any special evaluator training that may be necessary. So you have to keep so many extra details also, right? What is the purpose? Why you are evaluating? How do we do the evaluation process? What are the cases? If any questions, frequently asked questions, you can see, right? There will be frequently asked questions. So that is all the evaluated questions where previously somebody would have asked. All those things will be there. And if any other questions are there from the evaluator, that also should be specified there. Now, how do you conduct the session? Right? The next one is conducting session. So now you have to have each evaluator review the system alone, right? He has to have the, it should not be, because when there are 2-3 people, mixed opinion will become confusing. So each evaluator should have evaluation done separately. The evaluator should establish own process. He should have his own process using his own scenarios, his whatever he wants, he has to do it personally, right? And whatever the problems he has found out, right, that can be compared with other findings. Then he identify any other problems or the issues are so far and make at least 2 passes through the system. Means the problems detected should be related. The comments are recorded either. So you should have either comments can be recorded or detect the problems which is specified by them and give the solution to that. But solution part is not given by the heuristic evaluation. So these are all by the evaluator, by an observer. As an observer, what he has to do? The observer may answer questions and provide hints. Restrict the length of the session to no more than 2 hours. So observer should make sure the evaluator process should not consider more than 2 hours. So after the evaluation is done, what we have to do? Hold a debriefing session where you involve all the observers and design teams, where all the evaluators will present their problems detectors and the heuristic and evaluated, the use cases with the usability problems and avoided. All the problems should be listed and assembled. Then you have to provide the suggestions for improving the problematic aspects. That is after the evaluation process. So after this debriefing session, what we have to do? Generate a composite list of evaluations. That is violations. Right? So what are all the cases where the violation is occurring? So provide all those details. Right? And you have to tell the evaluator for rating. For each evaluation, what is the rating? How much is evaluated? Or how much it is violated? If the rating, like for example, we go to some malls, it will ask you, are you happy with that service? Rating 0 to 5. 0 with low, 1 with little more, 2 with happy, 3 with very happy, 4 with excellent service. Something like that. The rating has to be given. Right? So analyze results and establish a program to correct. So now heuristic will not do that. So we have to analyze all these things and establish a session for that. Now, the evaluation effectiveness. So how much it is effectiveness, or what is this ratings? Okay. So we have 4 ratings or 5 ratings, which is numbered from 0 to 4. 0 means I don't agree that this is a usability problem at all. So if there is no problem, we'll tell, right? There is no problem at all. 0. First one, a cosmetic problem only, right? If there is extra time only, then fix it. So it is something a negligible problem. The second one is a minor problem, right? Where the priority is given less, right? Focusing on the problems is given less here, right? Third one, major problem where more priority has to be given. And the last one, usability catastrophe, where imperative to fix before the product can be released. So there is something like this must be fixed. That is called as catastrophe, where it has to be fixed before releasing that one. Then the table provides you the research-based set of heuristics. The first one is automate unwanted workload, reduce uncertainty, where you display data in a manner that is clear and obvious, right? All the use cases and that particular solution, little solutions will be provided by the evaluator, where fuse data means reduce cognitive load by bringing together lower level data and higher level summation. Present new information with meaningful heads, where you have some different framework generated which will catch the information or the user intervention. Use names that are conceptually related to functions. So it is something like dependent. Description should be clear. Group data is consistently meaningful, so grouping alignment should be done. These are all the suggestions given. Limit data-driven tasks means reduce the time needed to assimilative raw data. Make appropriate use of colors and graphics, right? So now you have to reduce the time which is used for collecting the data, right? So next one, include in the displays only that information needed by the user at a given time. So always make sure on the screen which is required only display that information, not all the information. Then provide multiple coding of data where appropriate. So when it is required, provide more data, or else don't provide that one. Practice judicious redundancy, right? Because now when there is grouping of data, that is alignment and for displaying, right? So you should have a proper method which helps to resolve that confliction between group data and the common information to be displayed. Alignment problems and border problems. Then the next method is cognitive walkthroughs, the evaluation process. The next one is cognitive walkthroughs, where it is a review of the interface in the context of task user performed. Advantages: it provides a clear evaluation of the task in the design process, very early design process. It doesn't require any function prototyping. It is low cost. It can be used to evaluate alternate solutions. Right? It is a very important reviewing here, because it is reviewing of the interface. It is more structured than heuristic evaluation. It is useful for accessing exploratory learning. What is this? We will see in the next one, right? It is tedious to perform little tasks, because when we go with the interface, it is tedious. It may be inconsistent and general recurring problems may occur. Guidelines. Need to conduct the walkthrough are. What are the things which you have to conduct? A general description of proposed system, and the knowledge of the interface has to be displayed. Without that, user can't review that particular application. Detailed information, right? Specific information and detailed information. Both has to be performed, both has to be given. A list of correct actions required. So you have to specify them, the reviewers, the proper action which is performed there. So now we'll move to the review part. Several core or representative tasks across a range of functions. It proposes a task of particular concern. So after reviewing, what you can do is what we'll get is a task, right? A particular problem or a proposed task. What is the concern? What is that we have to focus on? Then, now, what is the developer role is? The developer role is to record the results. Whatever results are there, he has to take it down, and the facilitator should keep the evaluation moving. Developer has to record it. Facilitator should make sure that the process is moving on, right? Start with a simple first one, right? Start with a simple one. then go on with the more one. Don't go initially with many solutions, right? Always reduce the time limit, right, to 1 to 1.5 hours, so that it will be easy for the developers or the facilitator to have a proper monitoring. Then the next kind of evaluation is think aloud evaluation, where the difference between the previous one and this is here, where the user thinking will be out loud, means the comments are recorded and analyzed. Whatever the task is done, it will be said or it will be recorded, means the person will speak out whatever he has done, right? So advantages, it utilizes actual representative task. It provides insights to the user listening, means a detailed explanation will be given by the user where he will talk about that and it can be recorded. It can be complete explanation there. Maybe difficult to get users to think out loud, right? Where there may be some people where the thinking, recording is different, thinking is different, right? While they're thinking, they may think so many, but while they tell that one, right, the complete information may not be there. The output will be little less. That is what that disadvantages. Guidelines. Developing. You should have many representative tasks. That is, several tasks should be there, and every task should have a particular reason why it is given there. And everywhere limit the session to 60 or 90 minutes. Then usability testing. So this is a place where I told you usability testing or the usability problems are done. It is an interface evaluation under real world or controlled condition. It may be simulation or real world. Measures of performance are derived for specific tasks, where in this we will achieve the problems. We will identify the problems here, right? It utilizes actual work environment, so it is advantage, and it identifies many problems. Disadvantage, it is high, the cost involvement is there. It requires an environment, that is, it requires a text conductor. It emphasizes first time system using, it is also a problem. It is poorly suited for detecting inconsistency, right? So problems which is not consistency, it is very difficult for them to highlight that one. Then the next one, classic experiments. It is an experiment where two or more prototypes identical in nature will be there for comparison of one design issue, where more experiments, more prototypes will be focusing on one design. Advantage, it is objective measures of performance are obtained. Subjective measures also may be obtained. So the objective design factors can be obtained and the subjective one also can be obtained. The disadvantages are, we should have a rigorous controlled experiment. Right? We should have the experiment to be controlled, because we have both kind of measures here. And the person who is doing that should have expertise in all the lab usage or the tool usage. MATLAB, for example, we should know the setup, running, analyze, and how we do. Everything should be known. It requires creation of multiple prototypes. Guidelines will be same, right? We have to follow so many guidelines here. I'll be highlighting all those things. We have to state a clear and testable hypothesis. So the testing environment should have a clear hypothesis to be specified, right? And we should have a small number of independent variables which is going to be manipulated. Always carefully choose the measurements. The tools, you have to be carefully chosen, right? Which value you have to pay, all these things has to be clearly specified and clearly chosen. Judiciously select study participants and carefully or randomly assign them to groups. According to the knowledge expertise, assign them properly. That is what biasing factors. And have a control on those factors. Collect the data from a controlled environment. Apply statistical methods to data analysis. And resolve the problem when we are conducting this environment. Next, focus groups is a place where the discussion with users on interface design prototypes or tasks, where groups will be there, right? It is useful when we are obtaining initial user thoughts, initial outputs only, right? Initial place only it is useful, right? Whereas the next intermediate stage, it is very disadvantageous, right? Guidelines, the group size, whatever you do, again, make sure it is 8 to less numbers, not more than that. Time session also should be analyzed. right? And record sessions, so it should be recorded, so where we can have a detailed analysis later. So whenever we restrict the time, right, 90 to 120 minutes, right, so we can have an effective session there. Then after you record that one, it will be so that completes this module. Thank you, students, for listening to the class. Thank you all.